everyone. Happy Saturday. Thanks so much for joining for today's 60-minute Power Flow class. My name is Natalie. I teach at EarthTrek's Crystal City location, and really lovely to be with you all this morning. I'll teach without any props. If you have to have a block or a strap, you can also use like a thick dictionary or like a thick sturdy book in place of the block. A belt, or if you have any of those like elastic bands, you can use those instead of a strap. But no real need for that for the sequence today. And we'll go ahead and get started lying down. We'll start in just a minute, right at noon. And thanks so much for joining for the Power Flow class. We'll start lying in reclined butterfly if you'd like to settle in just a moment or two early. All right. So option today to start in reclined butterfly, soles of the feet touch, knees splay out. Arms can be by your sides, palms face down, or to get a nice little stretch through the pectorals, through the chest. Perhaps you start with your arms in goalpost. Right, and just taking whatever variation feels best for your body today. And as you make the transition from your morning to your mat, just noticing where there may be tension or tightness in the body. Instead of circumventing those spots, really trying to work into them today. And just notice if you're using any muscular energy to hold the knees up in space. If you are, just trying to relax the knees down. Maybe your feet will feel open, so it really works to open the hips a bit more. And starting to send your attention and your focus to your breath. Taking nice long inhales and equally as long exhales. Noticing if you're clenching your jaw. And if you are, maybe you open your mouth slightly. And if you're furrowing your eyebrows, just squeezing them a little bit closer together. And then releasing them completely. And noticing any thoughts that may be coming into your mind. Acknowledging these thoughts is valid. And then see if you can let them go. Just knowing that you can return to them after practice. And continuing to take full inhales and exhales. Feeling the breath move up and down the length of the spine. And together, let's take another inhale and another full exhale. From reclined butterfly, bringing your arms down by your side, using your hands to help draw the knees to touch, hugging your knees into your chest. Let's take a full sacrum circle in each direction, releasing the lower back clockwise. Switching directions, going counterclockwise. And bringing the knees back into your chest, straightening the left leg down the mat, hands interlace on the right shin. Just start by pointing and flexing the foot. And then rolling the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. And then bringing the left hand on the left hip with the right hand just where it is. Opening the right hip out to the side. Try to keep that left hip squared to the ceiling. And then bringing your right hand to the left thigh. Bringing your left hand to the right thigh. Bring the right leg across your body. Maybe you goalpost the right arm for a single leg supine twist. You can also straighten that right leg out. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Bringing the right knee back to center, hug the knee into your chest once more, and then we'll switch sides. Placing the sole of the right foot on the mat, hug your left knee into your chest, and then straighten the right leg out. And just start by pointing and flexing that left foot. Rolling ankle clockwise, and counterclockwise. And bringing the right hand to the right hip, open up the the left hip to the left side. External rotation of the hip here. And then the right hand catches the outer left thigh, crossing the leg over the body for your single leg supine twist. Gaze is over the left shoulder. You can always leg out. Let's take another inhale and exhale. We're going to head back to center, hugging the left knee into your chest, hugging the right knee into your chest, bringing the hands to the hamstrings, just taking a few rocks up and down the entire length of your spine, really going for a range of motion over speed. And the next time you rock up, crossing the right ankle over your left, rolling over your ankles, and finding yourself in tabletop. Keeping the spine nice and neutral to start, knees are under your hips, wrists are under your shoulders. 3 rounds of cow-cat. On your inhale, chest drops, gaze lifts. You're squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Exhale, chin to chest, doming the back, puffing up between the shoulder blades. Inhale, cow, gaze lifts. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. See if you can tuck your chin all the way into your chest. And then coming back to your neutral spine, big touch, knees back with distance, hips back to your wide-legged child's pose. And a few options for your wide-legged child's pose, right? You can really isolate this in the low back and the hips, or to get a nice shoulder stretch, pressing to the palms of your hand, really straightening your arms. You can also take praying mantis variation for your triceps by bringing the palms to touch, bending the elbows, hands come behind your head. Take another full inhale and exhale. Bringing the palms of the hands back down on your mat for child's pose if you lifted them. Then on your next inhale, tuck all 10 toes under, lifting your hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll be here for about 8 rounds of breath. And so taking any movements that feel good for you, you can pedal your feet, you can lift your hips to the ceiling. Take a few rounds of hip circles, just taking what your body needs to allow it to come to stillness. And once you've settled into your still down dog, feet or hips width distance, keep drawing your chest back towards your thighs, relaxing your head and your neck, pressing into every single finger mound, trying to spread your fingers nice and wide. Just settling in here. Take another inhale and exhale. From down dog, on your inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, inchworm vinyasa. So you're taking tiny little steps with your toes, walking your feet to meet your hands. And you can turn up to the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift. Shift the weight into the toes to get a deeper stretch in the hamstrings. Exhale, fold. And keep your holding onto your ankles, let your elbows splay out. Keep shifting the weight forward. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Plant your palms back on the mat. Step your right foot to plank, step your left foot to plank. Dome the upper back. Take an inhale. Exhale back to downward facing dog. We'll move through 3 rounds of rolling wave to really warm up the core. So on the inhale, you're lifting up to your tiptoes, doming the back, rolling forward to the plank. Exhale, hips drop, gaze lifts. So the hips drop to floating up dog. Inhale, press back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that's 1 full round. Inhale, up to the toes, dome back, roll forward to plank. Exhale, hips drop, gaze. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lifting and rolling forward. Exhale, fling up dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really nice. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, stepping or floating feet to hands, coming back into your forward fold. From here, take a deep bend in the knees, chin to the chest, dome your back. See how slowly you can roll up Find yourself standing in Tadasana at the top of your mat, and you can close your eyes or lower your gaze for the next 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more just like that. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands pause at heart center. And taking this moment to set your intention for practice and something to return to through class. Maybe something to take off the mat and into the weekend with you. Gently fluttering the eyes open if they've closed, arms on by your side, making sure you're at the top of the mat if you're not yet there. Inhale, arms rise, shoulders lift. Exhale, hinge at your hips, folding forward. On the inhale, big step back the right foot. Exhale, rise up to your high lunge. Take a nice deep bend in the right knee, send the right hip flexor forward, and then straighten the right back out. Thumbs touch overhead, take an inhale, exhale, come through goalpost. Inhale, exhale, draw the elbows in by your sides. Inhale, reach behind the back, and then exhale, press the palms together. Inhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Exhale, press your fist towards your right heel, lifting your gaze, lifting the arms. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Hands release, framing your left. Dome the back, silently step the left back to the right, holding in plank. Flex the heel to the back, and see if you can shift your shoulders just forward of your wrists, holding for 5. Think cat in the upper back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Option to lower the knees or straight as a board. Lower all the way down, untucking your toes for 3 rounds of baby cobra. So your elbows are back, right? Keeping your palms down the first 2 rounds. On your inhale, chest and gaze lift. Squeeze that pencil between the shoulder blades, chest comes forward. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, last one, lift the hands, lift the toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the palms at your heels, come back for your wide-legged child's pose, downward facing dog. From down dog on the inhale, lift the right leg, bend the right knee, take the external rotation of the right hip, flexing the foot, shoulders are squared. Take an inhale, exhale, hug the right knee to your chest, place the foot between your hands. Press it to the palm of your left hand, arm peels open for your twist, gaze lifts. Really lifting up and out of that left shoulder. Let's take an inhale, exhale, frame the right foot. Inhale, left foot meets the right at the top of your mat. Exhale, fold, shifting the weight to the toes. Straight leg, straight spine, reverse side. Inhale, arms rise, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands to the heart. Really nice, picking it right back up. Inhale, arms rise, so shoulders lift. Exhale, hinge at your hips, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, straight leg, straight spine. Exhale, plant the palms. This time on the inhale, you're taking a big step back with your left foot, and then rise right up into your high lunge. Take a deep bend in the left knee, so that's the back knee. You're sending the hip flexor forward, so it's just a small little movement. And then straighten the back leg out, feeling the glute activate. Same thing here, thumbs touch overhead. And take an inhale, exhale to goalpost. Inhale, exhale, elbows squeeze into your sides. Inhale, arms behind the back. Shoulders are rotating up, back, and down. Press the palms together. And then interlace your hands, pressing your fist towards your left heel. Lift the chest. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Release your hands, frame your right foot. Silently step the right foot back to meet the left. Holding here just for a moment. We'll take an inhale, exhale, lower to the forearms. And your shoulders and hips are still in a nice straight line. Press the mat with forearms for 5, 4, You want to make this even more challenging. Walk your toes back an inch. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, lower the hips, and we're in Sphinx. Without really moving the elbows, you're tractioning them back to your heels to draw your chest forward. And again, imagine that you're using the pencil, shoulder blades draw together. So this creates more range of motion in the thoracic spine, which is a good thing. You're not dumping all of the weight into the lower back, the lumbar spine. And so option to stay here, or you can turn your palms out to 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, pressing into the palms for seal. And keep drawing chest forward. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Lowering back down, option to go through child's pose to down dog. Come under the shoulders, all 10 toes tuck under, straight as the board, press up plank, downward facing dog. Drawing the chest back to your thighs. On your inhale, left leg lifts, bending the left knee. Take that external rotation with the left hip. Try to keep the shoulders squared. And take your inhale. Exhale, see if you can silently step the left foot between your hands, pressing to the palm of the right hand, left arm peels open for your chest. So you're really lifting up and out of that right shoulder. Let's take another inhale and exhale, framing the left foot with your hands. Mat, then exhale, fold forward. This time, option for peace fingers to catch big toes. If you have that bind, keep it. Lift your gaze, straighten the spine, and then fold forward. Let the elbows splay out. Keep shifting the weight forward into your toes. Make this active. You'll notice if you lift your knees, engage your quads, you can stretch a little bit deeper into your hamstrings. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Gently release hands from under the feet or any other bind that you have. Reverse swan, rise up. Inhale, arms rise, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Moving through one traditional sun B, we'll slow it down just a little bit. Coming into chair pose, send your hip back, tuck the lower back under. Pinky fingers rotate down, maybe you sink a little bit lower. Take an inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, stepping or floating back through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Taking your time, moving through it. From down dog, on the inhale, lift the right leg, hug your right knee to your chest, placing the foot between your hands and rising up to your warrior one pattern. So the left toes are pointed to about 11 o'clock. Keep sending the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands frame the right foot. You're on the ball of the left. Right foot steps back, moving through your vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps between your hands, warrior one foot pattern. Right toes to about 1 o'clock. This time it's the left hip back. Right hip is forward. Let's take another inhale. Exhale, frame the left foot, step it back, making your way through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. And holding in down dog for 3 rounds of breath. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float feet to hands, coming into your forward fold. Option to take any of the variations we've already done, or this time Padahastasana, bringing the palms of your hands under the soles of your feet, really shifting the weight forward into your wrists. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Gently releasing any bind that you have coming up through chair pose. Inhale, sinking a little bit lower. Exhale, coming to stand into Tadasana at the top of the mat. Really nice. All right, moving through some hip circles. So we're going to take 3 with an external rotation, 3 internal, and press all the way back to high lunge. So I'll demo the first one and walk you through the second one. So the weight is in the left hip. You're hugging your right knee into your chest. Activate the right hip flexor to draw the knee in. And you're going to open the hip to the right. Tip the right knee down. Right knee meets the left. Flex the foot and press it back to open up through your hip flexor, engaging your glute. So it's an open, out, down, around, press back. One more in this direction. Up, out, down, press back. Switching directions, so now you're pressing back, opening out, forward, and back. 2 more. Press stickier this way. Out, up, down, press back, out, up, down. This time we're pressing all the way back to high lunge. Setting up nice and strong foundation in your high lunge. Inhale, exhale, open up to your warrior 2. And so that left heel intersects the arch of the right foot. And see if you can open the left knee or the left pinky toe. It's really opening the hips more. See if you can get the right arm as active, or the back arm as active as your front. Let's take an inhale, exhale, side angle, left forearm, left right arm reaches up and over. Really try to keep the right shoulder opening. Take an inhale, exhale, reverse warrior, left arm up and over. Inhale, exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, send the left hip back, micro bend in the knee, reaching forward, triangle pose. And so keep that nice micro bend in the left knee. Gaze is lifted. Imagine the entire backside body is flat against the wall. Let's take an inhale, deep bend in the left knee, hands cartwheel down inside the left foot, and coming onto the ball of the right foot, and pausing in lizard lunge. So you're pressing the palms, kind of resisting the mat to dome the back. See if you can keep the left knee hugging into your left tricep. Maybe you shift forwards and backwards, the hip a little bit. And then coming back to stillness. See if you can engage your core and your shoulder so much that you can lift the left leg, hug the left knee to the armpit for 3, 2, and 1. Step back, moving for vinyasa. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of nice long breath. Inhaling and exhale. On your inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float with hands coming into your forward fold. Option to take whichever variation works best. Peace fingers, palms of the hands under the soles of the feet. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Release the hands, this time with a deep bend in the knees, chin to chest, dome the back. See how slowly you can roll up. Finding yourself in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Getting to the hip circle, second side. So the weight of the knee, hands to the hips. You're going to lift the left knee up, engage the hip flexor. You're going to open the left hip, externally, rotate the knee down, back, flex the foot, press back. So it's an open, out, down, around, press back. Open, out, down, around, press back. Same directions. Out, forward, down, back, out, forward, down, back. Last one, pressing back to high lunge. Out, forward, down, back to your high lunge. Getting a nice strong foundation in high lunge. Inhale, lifting up and out of your right hip. And exhale, opening up to your warrior two. So again, making sure that the right heel intersects the arch of the left foot. And the right knee is tractioning over the right pinky toe. Really active arms here. Inhale, the shoulders up to the ears. And then exhale, release them down the back. Take an inhale. Exhale, side angle, getting nice long lines, opening up through the left shoulder. Inhale, and exhale, reverse the warrior. Always option to bring the left hand behind your back to catch your right thigh. Inhale, exhale, back to your warrior two. Straightening the right leg, sending the right hip back with a micro bend in the right knee. Reaching forward and coming into your triangle pose. And so maybe you're bringing the right hand onto a block, or maybe you're bringing the back of the right hand inside your right calf to help open up more through the left side. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Getting a nice deep bend in the right knee, bringing both hands inside your right foot and coming onto the ball of the left foot for lizard lunge. And again, resist the mat here. If you feel that right knee is splaying out, you can heel toe the foot as high as the mat and to keep the toes pointing forward. And let's shift forward and back, opening up the hip a little bit. And then coming back to stillness, engage or so much that you're hugging your right knee on your right tricep for 3, 2, and 1. Stepping back, making your way through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. You can always take any other prone back bend, baby cobra, sphinx, locust, bound locust, right? So you can opt out of the full chaturanga. Let's take another inhale and exhale. From down dog, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float feet to hands, coming to forward fold at the top of your mat. Interlace your hands right at the sacrum, so your thumb knuckles are pressing into the sacrum. Notice if your shoulders are rolling forward, rotate them back and down, keeping the palms pressed together, draw your fist to the ceiling. And keep shifting the weight into your toes. And then bring your fist to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Coming back to center, bring your fist to the left, gaze over the right shoulder. Coming back to center with straight legs and a straight spine. Inhale, halfway lift, press your fist back. And then exhale, rise all the way up, really opening through your chest. Take another inhale and exhale. Gently release the hands, making sure you're at the top of the mat. All right, so we're going into tree pose. And so shifting the weight into the left foot, and just like we did before, you're going to hug your right knee in, take that external rotation, and then just see where the right foot is naturally, with barely an effort with the hand. Right, it can be inside the left thigh, the calf, or the right toes can be on the mat. Just make sure there's no weight in your right knee. And then hook the left thumb on top of the right, arms reach up and overhead, fingers to the ceiling. If you get wobbly, keep engaging the core, press into that left big toe. Let's take another inhale and exhale, bringing the palms to touch, hug your right knee in. Take a big step back through your warrior 3, coming into high lunge. Right, nice sturdy foundation in high lunge. And on your inhale, you're lifting up and out of your left hip and coming into your warrior 2. Make sure you have that alignment left for the left pinky toe. And so we're setting up for half, so you're really engaging the left quad, using your obliques, reaching forward, shifting your weight forward, and with one little pop up, see how slowly you can come forward. So you're opening up through the right hip. Maybe when you come in this way, your left fingertips never touch the mat. They do, maybe they land on a block. You can also bring the left hand to the heart. Keep opening up through the right hip. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Releasing both hands to frame the left foot. Tuck the right foot down so your hips are square to the mat for standing splits. And so you can walk your hands in line with your left foot. Maybe you bring one hand or both to hold your left ankle, working with your balance here. You can also take some handstand hops, right? It's just taking a moment or two to work in here. If you're in really kind of open space and it's in your practice, you can take some handstand hops up into handstand. Then from wherever you are, plant your palms. Either step the right foot back to move through chaturanga, or you can do a jump back by bending into the left knee. Left foot steps back, moving through. Either way, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Chest towards your thighs. Resetting the breath. On the next inhale, gaze forward, exhale to Malasana Yogi Squat. So you're stepping or floating, feet outside your hands. Right away, if there's any joint pain coming out, you can lift your hips. If your heels aren't touching down, you can always widen your stance here. And bringing the palms to touch, sitting up nice and tall so your seat drops, your chest is lifted. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Lift your hips, heel toe your toes behind your wrists. Time for some crow play. So you're drawing your knees into your triceps, doming the back, shifting the weight forward, gaze forward. Maybe you lift one foot, maybe you lift both. Hugging your heels in towards your feet. I'm kind of working here, so just like any other pose, holding crow, see how high you can lift your heels, really pressing into the mat to resist. And if you have the jump back to chaturanga or tripod stand to chaturanga, you're welcome to take it. Otherwise, planting your feet and then moving back through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. From down dog, taking another full inhale and exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale, step or float, feet to hands, forward fold. We're going to come right into wide-legged forward fold. So you're going to take a big step out with the right foot, or whichever allows you to still see the screen. Feet are parallel. Make sure the toes are not out. And we're going to bring the right hand to the outer left ankle, bend the right elbow, left arm lifts, gaze follows. Getting a nice deep twist. Take another inhale and exhale, and bringing both hands to the outer edge of the left foot. Take a deep bend in the right knee, so it's like you're stacking your knee over your ankle. And kind of create your own resistance here to get a deep stretch through the left inner thigh, and the right body. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Straighten the right leg, walking the hands through center, left hand to the outer right ankle, right arm lifts, gaze follows. Let's take another inhale and exhale. And then both hands to the outer edge of the right foot, deep in that left knee. Again, the more you bend and kind of shift the weight to the left, the deeper the sensation will be. Take another inhale and exhale. Straighten your left leg, walking your hands back to center. Maybe your fingers are in line with your toes, and you let your head and your neck relax down. If you have tripod headstand in your practice, you're welcome to lower the head. Shifting the weight, straightening the legs. Barely any weight on your head. Your shoulder girdle is really active. And if you're up, split the legs. See if you can let the toes hover off the mat before you lower back down. Totally an option. And then you're going to walk both feet and both hands forward to face the front of your mat. Step that front foot to meet the back, moving through your vinyasa, downward facing dog. 3 nice long rounds of breath here. Letting that go. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then on your next inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float feet to hands. Forward fold. We'll take a deep bend in your knees. Chin tucks into your chest, doming your back. And slowly, slowly roll up. Coming to stand in Tadasana at the top of the mat. All right, here we go. Same thing, second side. Coming into tree pose. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Hug the left knee in. Take the external rotation of the hip. Gently placing the left foot kind of where it lands naturally, so it can be inside the right thigh. The calf or the left toes can be on the mat, right? Have your hands at heart center, or this time you're maybe hooking the right thumb on top of the left. Arms reach up and overhead. Really lifting your fingertips to the ceiling. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Hands to the heart, hug that left knee in. Take your big step back to your high lunge, settling into high lunge. Then on your inhale, lifting up and out of the right hip, and exhale into warrior 2. So coming into half moon second side, really engaging that right quad, reaching forward with one big step using gravity and your quad, your obliques, kind of slowly shifting forward, really opening up through that left hip. Maybe right fingertips land on the mat or on the block. Maybe you keep them hovering. Maybe you bring the right hand to heart center. Right? And if you fall out, take another moment and come back in. And then bringing the right hand back on the mat, bringing the left hand on the mat, squaring your hips. Standing split. So option to right here, maybe you bring one hand or both to your right ankle. Maybe you take a few handstand hops, or if it's in your practice, kind of hopping up into handstand. Just taking a few rounds of breath to play here. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Option to step back through chaturanga or bend into that right knee, landing back chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 full rounds of open mouth exhale. Inhale, open mouth exhale. 2 more. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, coming into your wide-legged child's pose, hips to the heels. Calling into your mind the intention that you set at the beginning of practice, and thanking yourself for showing up and for taking this time for you. From child's pose, getting a nice deep side body stretch. So walking both hands to the right corner of your mat, sending your hips to the left, and sending your breath to your left side body. And so you're puffing out the rib cage to the side. Try to keep the shoulders squared down. And taking another inhale and exhale. Walking your hands and your hips back to center. Walking your hands to the left, hips to the right. And send your breath to the right side body. Really puffing out the rib cage, getting a deep stretch. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Hands and hips come back to center. Walking your hands back to meet your knees. Bring your knees to touch. And let's tuck the toes under. Walk the hands forward again, coming into puppy pose. So hips to the ceiling, let your chest drop. And gaze is slightly forward. And so it's the chin that's not the forehead. And let's take another inhale and exhale. Walk your hands back to meet your knees. With the toes tucked under, lift your hips up and back, forward fold. So I'm going to walk you through today's peak pose with firefly. It's the opposite of crow. And so for firefly, from forward fold, heel toe your feet, slightly wider than hips width distance, sending your hips down for yogi squat. So we were here before with crow, right? And so you're really sending your hips down, chest is lifted. Then from here, you're going to bring your hands behind your heels, bend elbows just like you would crow, but you're letting your hamstrings kind of rest on your triceps. And then bring your big toes to touch, squeezing your calves into your triceps. Dome the back just like you would in crow, and then see if you can keep your big toes cover your feet off the mat. Keep squeezing your triceps, right? So maybe you stay here, or maybe you straighten your legs, really doming the back. Gaze is slightly forward. Again, just like any other pose, holding. Keep doming the back for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your big toes to touch. Plant your feet. Lift the hips. And then just pause. Take a few rolls of the wrists here. Letting that go. Last vinyasa practice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, making your way through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Really nice work. From down dog, take another full inhale. Exhale into your wide-legged child's pose. Second variation. This time bringing your palms face up and keep shifting your weight back into your heels. Maybe you can bring it with the palms face up. You're working to get those thumbs down on the mat, right? Might not get there. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. Bringing the palms face down. Walk the hands back to meet the knees. Bringing the knees to touch, shifting weight over to the right side, and then swing your legs out in front. And so we're going to take 2 variations on forward fold. Bringing the hands directly under the shoulders, press into the palms to sit up nice and tall, real straight spine. And flex your toes back towards your body. Maybe your heels even lift off the mat. And so option 2, keep working the quads this much, keeping the heels lifted. Or you can kind of release the heels down, walk your hands forward, using the palms or your fingers to traction your chest forward. And so when you keep the spine straight, you keep a nice stretch in the hamstrings. And see if you can point all 10 toes back in a straight line. And let's take another inhale and exhale. Second variation. Relax the legs. Imagine that there's a beach ball pressing up against your belly. You're going to bring your palms face up, back of the hands on the mat. Big C curve in the spine. Chin tucks into the chest. And then the top of your head is reaching for your knees. So you really want a big curve in the spine. So this is spinal flexion. And as you work into this pose, on your inhale, feeling the back expand, the lower back expand. And as you exhale, maybe you can tuck your chin into your chest a tiny bit more, top of your head touching your knees. Keeping your chin tucked into your chest, doming the back and slowly roll up. Take our back bends from here, so we're going to take 2 rounds. If you'd rather opt out of a full back bend, you can take hammock, bringing your hands like 4 or 5 inches behind your seat, pressing to the palms to lift your chest, drawing your chest forward. Otherwise, we'll all take reverse table for the first variation. So bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat, engaging your glutes, lifting your hips, your hip flexors to the ceiling. Head and neck release back. Keep imagining that you're squeezing a block between your inner thighs. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Chin tucks into the chest and gently lower down. And so you can take that variation again, or you'd rather take reverse plank, straightening the legs. Pressing to the palms, see if you can get your toes to touch. Head and neck release back. And so as you're ready, choosing one more variation, and it's always an inhale to lift up. Really engage the glutes and the hamstrings to lift. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. Tuck your chin back into your chest to lower down. And we'll all meet with our hands just behind our feet, bringing your feet as wide as the mat, knees come to touch. Then just take a few rounds of windshield, releasing side to side. And then gently coming back to center, and we'll take butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet to touch. And then just like as we started class, see if you can open your feet so just those pinky toes are touching. So it's like you're reading a book, and you're drawing your heels in, sitting up nice and tall. And if you're folding forward, reaching at the hips, keeping a nice straight spine. Take another inhale and exhale. And sitting up nice and tall. Bringing your hands outside your knees, drawing your knees together, and coming to the top half of your mat if you're not yet there. Arms straighten the legs, tuck the lower back down. We're going to do a couple rounds of roll-up. So see if you can keep your toes down the whole time. 8 count, exhale to lower. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, dome the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming right back up. Inhale, chin to chest. 2, 3, 4. Probably feels really sticky. 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, dome the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really nice. Let that go. Hugging your knees into your chest. Let's take a full sacrum circle in each direction. Really releasing the lower back. And then hugging your knees into your chest, draw the left knee towards the left shoulder and the right knee towards the right shoulder. Flex the feet towards the ceiling, hands catch out edges of the feet or your big toes, happy baby. And you're welcome to sway side to side. It feels good. And let's take another inhale and exhale. And bring these together, legs up the wall, arms are by the side, palms face down, straighten your legs to the ceiling. Notice if your shoulder blades are kind of standing out your back, really tuck them in so the shoulders are rooted down, tucking the lower back under, the whole backside body flat on the mat. Maybe you close your eyes, resting upside down for a few rounds of breath. All right, so legs up the wall is the more active pose that I think it's given credit for. The core is active here to keep the back, the lower back rooted down. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. And fluttering the eyes open if they've closed. We're going to take an inhale, 8 count exhale to lower the legs. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, lower. Keep the lower back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heel hover. 7, 8. Heel down, pointing your toes, coming into fish. So your hands are just under your sits bones, kind of think opposite sphinx. And you're pressing to the palms of the hands to lift your chest towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, exhale, head and neck release back. 3 rounds of mouth exhales. Chin tucks into the chest, gently lowering back down. Knees come in. Setting up reclined figure 4. Left ankle over your right thigh. Hands interlaced behind your right hamstrings. Drawing the right knee towards the body, left knee away. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Gently switching sides. Right ankle over the left thigh. Hands interlaced behind the left hamstring. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Gently releasing the right ankle, hugging your knees into the chest, setting up for our supine chest. So we'll goal post the arms. Let's take an inhale, exhale, knees to the right, gazes over the left shoulder. Gently bringing your head back to center, lifting the leg and the right. Using those hip flexors to hug the knees in. Take a full inhale, exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Gently bringing the head back to center, lifting the right leg and the left, and setting up for your Shavasana. So the arms hug your knees into your chest. And on your inhale, maybe your shoulders, neck, and head lift off the mat. Exhale, letting everything go. Taking up as much space as possible on your mat. Letting your body and your mind feel the full benefits of this practice. And as you settle into Shavasana, on your inhale, feeling your belly, ribs, and chest expand. And on your exhale, maybe you feel your backside body relax a little bit deeper to your mat. Slowly, taking your time, starting to come back into this space, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe rolling wrists and ankles, maybe reaching your arms overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed for the rest of practice. As you gently roll over onto your right side, pausing in the seat of full potential. And with little effort, gently making your way into a comfortable seated posture at the top of your mat. And really rooting the sits bones down, palms face down on the knees, drawing your chest forward. Inhale the shoulders to the ears, and exhale, relax them down the back, feeling the spine lengthen. And even with eyes closed, the gaze is slightly forward and down. And then imagining that there's a string on the top of your head, drawing it towards the sky. Gently bringing the palms to touch at heart center. In this moment of stillness, and calling into your mind the quality about yourself that you really value, and completing the sentence and saying it to yourself 3 times. I am. And together we'll seal this practice with an inhale and an open mouth exhale. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining on your Saturday. I hope that felt like a good way to really ease into the weekend. And of course, this class will be available online on the EarthTreks Facebook page, so you can always take it again. And thanks so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.